Hello there, this is Gavin Mountford here and Maggie Lancy from SponsorDaddyLeaders.com. Now we're going to talk a little bit about autoresponders and one of the key features of the Sponsor Daddy system. Now I've used autoresponders for many years and I've used a separate service that costs me about $25 a month. Sometimes it can go up to $30, $35 or $40 depending on how many leads you have in the system. Now Sponsor Daddy has an autoresponder service already within the system, and you can have 1, 2, 3, you can have multiple different autoresponders that you can send out to your team and to new prospects. Now, a couple of things that I like about the system and the Sponsor Daddy system is the fact that you can either use the Sponsor Daddy's customized ones, the ones that are already there that Sponsor Daddy have written for you, or you can personalize the autoresponders so you can put whatever text you want in there and you can tailor it to your needs and your team. Now, I'll get Maggie talking in 2 seconds just to explain what an autoresponder is. When I write an email to one person, I write that email and I send that email out to one person. If I want to send that message out to another person, I have to send it out again. With an autoresponder, I can set it up and forget it. So it's a set it and forget it technology. It instantly goes out to the person at a predefined time. It doesn't matter if 10 people, 50 people, 1,000 people come into my system, they'll still get that message. And then they'll get the second follow-up message, the third follow-up message. So rather than me sitting behind my computer sending that message out to people every single day, I can leverage my time and I can focus on other things that are a lot more important. Maggie, what do you say about the autoresponders? How do you use them?
Excellent. You're absolutely right. The fortune is in the follow-up, and sometimes it takes a few times. And it's such a time management device because it takes a few times before people will respond. The one thing that I really love is you have choices, and choices are great. Like Gavin said, you can use the custom autoresponders. You can actually take the custom autoresponders and insert your own in between, or you can create your own. Brilliant. Now, when I see that somebody has visited my site, we call it a smiley face, either in the back office or I'm notified by my email, I will automatically send them a personal email. And I'm thrilled you visited my site. Let's connect and chat. This is the system I was meant to embrace, Maggie. And so I will send them that personal email and get on the phone or a Skype conversation with them. But otherwise, I let the autoresponders work for me, and I personally just use the autoresponders, the custom ones, because I'm using it as an ultimate time management tool.
Yeah, absolutely. And the personal touch, which you said, is so incredibly important. The system will automatically send a message out to anybody that joins up or anybody that's a prospect, but you've got access to that person's name, email address, and telephone number, and you can obviously go, or we as Sponsor Daddy members and people who use the system can go into our back office. Every time somebody new signs up, we get a notification to tell us John Smith has just become a hot lead in your system. We can go into the system, we can send them a personal email ourselves, and as Maggie said, Maggie sends the personal emails, which I do as well, and I think it's very important to do that. But the next most important thing, well, in fact, the most important thing above that is to make that follow-up call, isn't it, Maggie? You've actually got to get on the phone with people and speak to them, and that builds relationships so powerfully.
You are so right, because, Gavin, I've always picked up the phone, in my whole career that I've been in this industry, but I'm really doing it more aggressively lately, where as soon as I know that somebody went to my site, not only will I send them that personal email, but I will, if they're out of the country, I encourage that we engage in a conversation on Skype, or I'll pick up the phone. That's made a huge difference, because when they can hear over the airwaves the passion and why that this has made a difference for me, and it's the system I was meant to embrace, boom, that passion comes across and people are excited. So it's that personal connection that's huge.
Yeah, I agree. For people that are worried about picking up the telephone and making calls, we do three-way calls with people that come into our team. So let's just say if you're watching this and if you're worried about using the telephone, let's say you're involved in Sponsor Daddy and you get a prospect into your business. You can pass them on to me. I can make the phone calls on your behalf. I mean, ideally, and the best way to do it is to basically to come onto a three-way call where we phone them up together and we talk to that person, and you end up learning a lot more because I'd be talking about Sponsor Daddy, how it works, and then as somebody that's listening in and basically introduce the prospect to us, you're going to learn a lot, and that kind of is the transfer of power, isn't it? Initially, it's a lot of people are scared, they don't understand the system, and they don't understand how it works. But by having a team of people like us and like the other people in the team that are willing to do those three-way calls, it really helps that new starter to build the confidence up to be able to build their business.
Absolutely, Gavin. That is true. You've said some great points. And number one, we have a powerful team. You're bathed in support. So we're always available for the three-way calls. We're willing and wanting to support you in that way. And then we have a real simple step-by-step system. We have a sizzle call, and then we have a short overview. We have webinars to support you, three-way calls. I mean, my goodness, you can pick and choose. But I always say, to drive the system, you will see the brilliance. So to talk less is really the key, because you could borrow a story and share somebody else's story when you're talking to somebody, or if you have your own experience, if you've been with Sponsor Daddy for a while, you can share your own experience of the difference it's made for you. But I say, listen, go back to the system and drive it, because to drive the system, you will see the brilliance.
Spot on. Great words. Well, that's all we're going to do for this video. We just want to keep them under 10 minutes so they're easy to watch. This is Gavin Mountford here and Maggie Lancy from SponsorDaddyLeaders.com. As I've said in other videos, head on over to Sponsor Daddy Leaders. Read through some of the information on the blog. This is a blog that we've written to give you as much information to make an informed decision about joining Sponsor Daddy. If you've got any questions, contact either Maggie or myself, or anybody else that you'll find on the blog, and we'll be happy to help. We'll be happy to do a call with you and just to give you as much information as possible. So I'll catch you, or we'll both catch you in the next video. See you then. Bye-bye.
Until the next time.